you up all night is a pain in the butt, man, I tell you.
Bust down.
All right, I'm going to help out producer Demetrius here. Quite a performance here. Meanwhile, in Minnesota, Kawhi Leonard dropped a hot and spicy 40-piece on Ant-Man and the Timberwolves. Let's look at the highlights here. Edwards showing off. Let's go, Ant. Poster on Brook Lopez.
Oh, man.
Probably the last Wolves highlight we'll see.
No, there's another one. There's another one. There's one more,
That's nasty.
I think.
We got some more to submit.
But now Kawhi would take over, okay? So Kawhi will get to his spot, knock down that mid-range, pump fake 2.
Take your time with it.
Mid-range.
Now to the fourth quarter.
Got him.
He's real methodical with it, too.
It's not fair. It's like you see it coming, you just can't stop it.
Yeah. Next Clippers possession. Kawhi gets it. Another 3. Wide open on this one.
Yeah,
Somebody gonna guard this man?
Yeah, I was saying
he's only the best player on their team.
Maybe the best player in the league over the last
Now watch this. Look at that effort to keep the ball in bounds by Kawhi. And the dunk
Yeah, young kid.
by Niederhauser.
Wow. You got explosiveness right there.
So Clippers improved to 19-6 over their last 25 games, the best record in the NBA over this span. That's gotten the team back into the play-in picture after opening the season 6-21. Today, our producer Demetrius says you've been hating on Kawhi, okay?
What?
And the Clippers, for that matter. Okay, that's what he says, not me. But they're 19-6, as I mentioned, in the last 25.
Whole world, Demetrius.
How far can Kawhi take this team?
First of all, I do not hate on Kawhi. I am critical of the Clippers because anytime I say something good about the Los Angeles Clippers, you know what happens? Something bad.
They let you down.
There's a meltdown.
Yeah.
I picked them to come out of the West 2 years ago, and I've been paying for it ever since. I do like how they have responded to adversity, though. I do like how Kawhi has been on the floor. I love how they're running the offense through him and how he feels like he's stepping into his game and his confidence. He's found that perfect mix of strength, cardio, and finishing ability. I am surprised at their performance. I can't go all in and say this is a team that I'm going to say is going to make it to the Western Conference Finals. I respect how they've handled the last few weeks, but still, when something goes good, I hold my breath.
Clippers
So let me do it.
Clip's going to clip.
They just traded their second and third best player.
Exactly. So that's why, I mean, I don't have them going very far either. I mean, at best, playing is still 7th seed, right?
Yeah.
So at best, playing. It's still a team sport. He's one man. He's very good. I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
He's had unbelievable runs, and he's on an unbelievable run right now, showing the league and the world of who he is and how capable he can carry a team. But the West is so stacked, they can't get any higher than 7 or 8 to me, especially with Darius being out right now. He's not available, and Mather and those guys haven't been able to play it. They're still trying to figure out their rhythm. They lost Ivica Zubac. He's gone. James Harden's gone. So, this is a stretch for this group. It's going to be challenging, but I think he's up for the task. He can definitely get to a 7 seed.
All right, so meanwhile, on the flip side, the Minnesota Timberwolves have lost 3 out of their last 4, and they have the second worst defense in February. It's not been a long month yet, okay? So there's still time to recoup here. But what do you make of the Timberwolves right now?
Yeah, the concern level is high. And look, you've got Rudy Gobert basically blasting everybody without naming names, blasting Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle for their lack of effort on the defensive end, calling out Chris Finch for not benching their players. You know, Chris Finch basically firing back the next day, telling, in so many words, Rudy to shut up and have those conversations behind closed doors, saying nobody has ever substituted their way to anything meaningful in the NBA. It's very messy right now in Minnesota, and Rudy's not wrong with some of the things he's saying. It's just not the right way to go about it. The best thing I can tell Timberwolves fans is it was just as messy last year for the Wolves in February, and they managed to get their stuff together and go on a run to the conference finals. But this is a team that is capable of very high highs, but is extremely erratic, and there's some real immaturity.
A perfect point to that is the high highs, the low lows. This was your 6th loss by 15-plus points this season. So, you get whooped, but then you can win a big game. But most importantly, the question mark for me is their defensive identity. That's what we have known them for. Very different than OKC. OKC runs one of the best on a string team defenses. They had those dogs, literally Ant Edwards, the long wings, and then you have Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year, behind them. So they had talent defensively. But when you look at the stat line that Kawhi posted, it did not feel like the strategy worked nor the personnel individually worked. 6 for 11 on McDaniels, 3 for 7 on Randall, 2 for 5 versus Ant Edwards, and 3 for 7 versus all others.
Very efficient.
Strategy's not working one-on-one or as a team component. So what is their identity? How do they rebound?
So, Danny, let me ask you a quick question. How much of this is complacency? I know they haven't won a championship, but they've been to the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
How much of it could potentially be that?
It could be some fatigue, mental and emotional. They probably need an all-star break right now, but there's no excuse. And to Tim's point, like this is worrisome. Like I'm very concerned because they're not. I don't see them bouncing back and recovering and doing what they did this year. They did last year. Because honestly, last year I thought they were kind of lucky getting to Western Conference Finals. It's all matchups. They played a Lakers team that had no inside, and they played a hurt Golden State team, so they got lucky. So this year, if they don't pick it up, they're going to be out early. Also,
the feelings, right? Oh, Giannis might be coming. That's what the conversations were, and players are like, well, am I that valuable? Am I part of the future? That does not help your performance as well.
All right.
You should be
we'll see. Concern is high here at the desk. All right, our ESPN Association, so let's go coast to coast and get you caught up on all the action. First up, the Rockets defeated the Thunder on Saturday behind Alperen Şengün's triple-double. Şengün was also replacing now Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the All-Star game. Chene, did Adam Silver get the replacement right?
Is grass green? Is the sky blue? Is Shanae from the H? Then absolutely yes. This is a guy that can get you a double-double, a triple-double. But most importantly, he's someone that has really stepped up his game because they have dealt with a lot of injury issues. So H-Town got 2 All-Stars.
There you go.
Let's go.
Should have got him in the first time anyway.
That's true.
I would agree. Off to San Antonio, where Stephon Castle became the second player with a 40-point triple-double and a 75% shooting percentage in a game, joining Wilt Chamberlain. The Spurs are now 20 games over 500. Tim, how have they been able to put themselves in this situation already?
Well, you get a 7'5" freak of nature named Victor Wembanyama, and then you get more lottery luck. Steph Castle, I think, is going to determine the ceiling for the Spurs this season and for a while to come.
All right, speaking of triple-doubles, the Joker, Nikola Jokic, recorded his 182nd triple-double of his career versus the Bulls. He passed Oscar Robertson for second most triple-doubles in NBA history, trailing only Russell Westbrook. So, Danny, what's it like facing the 3-time MVP?
It is a pain in the ass. I'm not going to say. Guarding him is hard. He's like Thanos. You know, he's not only bigger and smart, like stronger than you, but he's also smarter. He holds the Power Stone, the Mind Stone, the Time Stones. Like
Ricky Martin, let's put it that way. With one football season over, we now turn our attention to the NBA. 10 NBA games on the schedule tonight. 2 of the top 10 teams meet when the Cavs visit the Nuggets. Cleveland has won 8 of 9. Just debuted James Harden. Nikola Jokic coming off a triple-double with 17 assists. The Warriors are just 3-6 since Jimmy Butler tore his ACL, and they host the Grizzlies, struggling, have lost 8 of 10, 4 games out of the last play-in spot. And Oklahoma City, hoping to avoid its first 3-game losing streak of the season. The defending champs face the Lakers in LA. The Lakers have won 4 of their last 5. The Thunder won that November meeting between the two by 29 points. And LA is where we find NBA reporter Tim McMahon. Howdy, Tim. So the Thunder have been dealing with injuries all season. We have SGA, A.J. Mitchell out tonight, but they have some good news. What about Jay Williams?
Howdy, Hannah. Yeah, Jalen Williams, J-Dub, is off the injury report. He was cleared to return after missing the last 10 games with a right hamstring strain. A badly needed boost of ball handling, of playmaking for the Thunder, and a chance for him to get back on the court. Been a frustrating season for him. Missed the first month and a half or so coming off the off-season surgery on his shooting wrist. Still really trying to find his form and has a chance to do that here in the last week before the All-Star break.
All right, on the other side, we have Luka Doncic out for a second straight game. What's the latest on Luka? I know he's dealing with a mild left hamstring strain.
Yeah, Rob Pelinka said it is truly day-to-day as opposed to just the general day-to-day. And so the Lakers have a back-to-back here with the Thunder and the Spurs. We will see if he's able to get back for tomorrow night against San Antonio. But they also have Luka's old friends, the Dallas Mavericks, coming through on Thursday. And so truly day-to-day. We'll see if he can play this week, and if not, we'll see if Luka, the top vote-getter in the All-Star game, is going to be part of those festivities. The hope is that he will be able to play an All-Star weekend, but again, let's see if he's back on the floor for the Lakers this week first.
Yeah, certainly wouldn't have to travel far as they're right there in L.A. A win would mark the Lakers' longest winning streak since November, 4 in a row. All right, Tim, thanks. We'll be talking to you a whole bunch coming up. Meanwhile, the Lakers are in playoff contention, but the Utah Jazz are not, and some recent in-game decisions aren't helping. They made a surprising splash at the trade deadline. They get Jaren Jackson Jr. from Memphis. He debuted for the team on Saturday. He scores 22 points. The Jazz lead by 7 entering the fourth, and then they sit Triple J and Lauri Markkanen For the entire fourth quarter of an eventual 3-point loss to Orlando, Ace Bailey was the only starter playing down the stretch. As Danny Green joins us now, this caused a lot of people to sit up and take notice because they have a protected top 8 pick. They're certainly not alone in making obvious moves that are antithetical to winning. What are your thoughts about what you're seeing, this tanking from the Jazz and others before the All-Star break?
Big shocker, right? They want their cake and eat it too. I mean, they want their draft picks. They made the trades. They got the pieces, but they also want their top pick as well, which is smart, right? You want to continue to build and be well, but also because there's a really good draft pick coming up. But this is a problem for the league. This is putting out a bad situation going on with these teams tanking this early. We got to find a solution because this is not good for the league. It's not good for the fan base. It's not good for the fans. Because this product is not one that people want to come and see night in, night out. So we got to find a way to fix this. I mean, I've had some random ideas or rumblings. I've talked to some people. Even my co-host on Inside the Green Room, Harrison Sanford, came with a good idea. It's like, we should just leave the record at what it is at All-Star break. Whatever your record is there is how it should be in the lottery, and that's how you'll get picked to whatever team. Because at this point now, you don't want to tank too early before the All-Star break. So at that point, I think it's a good stopping point for the record of predicting where your lottery chances should be.
So freezing the standings right at the All-Star break. Okay, I mean, listen, here's the issue, though. The owners see this as essential for a franchise rebuild with that stellar draft class that you mentioned coming up. And given what we're seeing, Giannis is getting healthier. Should the Bucks play him when he's healthy?
I mean, fans they come to see these guys. They want to play, right? We want to see these guys. We want to see these guys compete. That's why I say stop the record at the halfway mark or at the All-Star break, because then teams can continue to compete, try to get into the play-in, try to get better, try to get guys, and fans feeling seat and make it exciting for the rest of the season. Because once you get that halfway point or All-Star break, if you're not in the runnings, you're just kind of, we give up, we should tank, we should try to get the best draft pick as possible. So yeah, Giannis should take his time coming back, but if he's healthy, why shouldn't he play? They pay him a lot of money to show up and play the game of basketball. So if he's healthy by the time of March, he should be playing basketball.
And as you pointed out, these fans are spending a lot of their hard-earned money to come to these games. But then again, the Bucks' best chance at a good pick is to continue to lose. Something we will continue to address, no doubt. Danny Green.